Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk, we will update you with headlines and news, matchups to start off the week in the NBA. That is next. All right, this is it. Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers. Thank you for tuning in. Darrell, on the opposite side, say hello to dinner with everybody.
Hello, welcome to the show. We're here.
We're here. All right, man. You doing good, man? How you feeling?
Doing good, man.
Okay, man. We got some things that we need to cover here this week in the NBA. Man, you ready to rock this one?
Let's do it.
All right, man. Let's do it. Take a look at the scores and stats from last night's games. Darren, it's yourself, Pam.
All right. We hope everyone is starting off their day well this stormy morning in Indianapolis and all around the world. We will start with final scores and key stats for Sunday, March 19th, 2017. There was a total of 8 games. We will start with the Dallas Mavericks and the Brooklyn Nets. Dallas wins this game 111-104. J.J. Barrera, 9 of his 20 points came in the fourth quarter. The Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers wins this game 105-99. 76ers outscored the Celtics by 9 in the fourth quarter. The Phoenix Suns and the Detroit Pistons. Detroit wins this game 112-95. Andre Drummond and Aaron Baines combined for 35 rebounds. Andre Drummond, I believe, 38, and Aaron Baines, 38. 18, and Aaron Baines, 17. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the New Orleans Pelicans. New Orleans wins this game 123-109. Pelicans scored 75 points in the second half. The Indiana Pacers and the Toronto Raptors. Toronto wins this game 116-91. The Toronto Raptors started combined for 72 points. We will talk more about the Indiana Pacers loss in just a moment. The Portland Trailblazers and the Miami Heat. Portland wins this game 115-104. Damian Lillard, 49 points, 14-21 field goals, 9 three-pointers in the win. The Sacramento Kings and the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs wins this matchup 118-102. The Spurs rally from 12 down to lead by 28. And in the last game of the night in California, the Los Angeles Lakers faced off against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers wins this game 125-120. Kyrie Irving, 46 points, 15 for 21 field goals, 6 three-pointers. These are your final scores and key stats for March 19, 2017.
All right, there you have it. Final scores and stats from last night's games. Only one game, well, more games than that, but just one date. So there you have that. All right, moving on here. We're going to go back to the Pacers and Raptors matchup. As we both said that we believe that the Pacers was going to win, that they was going to keep that consistent portion of their wins from the last one against Charlotte. But that wasn't the case, so we're going to take a brief look at what the Pacers did to lose this game against the Toronto Raptors. Darren, show 4.
I'm going to try to explain this the best way that I can to try to get a thorough understanding about how they lost this game. I'm just going to put it like this. When you're shooting like this, actually, let's back that up. Let's start this from a standpoint of talking about this. How did Toronto still win this game with 16 turnovers and the Pacers only having 13 turnovers? Here's how they won the game still, regardless. For every time that this number changed, but this one didn't, for every time this number changed, but that one didn't, led up to 37 total rebounds. And for every time they also missed, being 41%, being 26%, again, they're 37 rebounds. And for every time Toronto missed, although they shot practically 50% from the field and 44% from the field, after I specifically mentioned that they cannot let them shoot the ball 15-foot jumpers, 3-point shots. Mm-hmm. When you do something like this and Toronto misses, they grab these offensive boards. Mm-hmm. When the Pacers miss, they grab these 51 to their 33. Regardless to their turnovers, they made up for it in steals, blocks, assists, rebounds, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. They made up for it. Nothing the Pacers could do in these statistical categories to win this game.
They got dominated everywhere except they play even in the steals, which was 7, but they still just got dominated off of that.
They got dominated. Shooting the ball, bit jumpers, 3-point shots. They just let them go all in the paint. They only had 3 blocks.
Yeah.
They only had 3 blocks. 22 assists, which is why this is so, well, it's fair. It's not good. But this 3-point shot is not good. 9 offensive rebounds, 24 defensive rebounds for the Pacers. You cannot win games like this. You cannot win. And then on top of that, first quarter, 32-24. Second quarter, 21-30. Third quarter, 29-28. Fourth quarter, 25-18. Did not win a quarter.
Nope.
Not a one. You cannot win games like that.
And it's funny that when Frank Vogel was coaching the Pacers, he always preached on emphasis about 1, making extra passes, and 2, winning by quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And
making the extra pass, as Darrell's talking about, extra pass, and winning quarters.
Quarters.
As of here, first, second, third, can't see it, of course, apologize for that, and fourth.
Yeah. And that's what he always had preached about when it came down to it. Winning by quarters and dominating extra passes.
Not right there.
Not saying that Nate McMillan's doing the same thing, but I feel that his inconsistency as a coach is really just drawing everything on the line because of the pressure of him with Larry Bird.
Well,
and you can't accommodate for the inconsistency that the Pacers have shown so far.
Well, the thing is that Nate McMillan is doing the same thing Frank Vogel's doing. He is preaching about winning quarters. That's exactly what he said in this press conference. Got to win quarters. That's exactly what he said. He going right off of Frank Vogel, in other words. He's just going straight off of him.
Now it's going to pose a problem because Bird may not like that. That's why Frank Vogel's gone. And that is going to pose
well, maybe we need to put in a petition to get him out of the office.
I agree. I'll start one up right after we get done with this.
No kidding, because this is ridiculous. You trying to be a coach and your role. Know your role. But evidently you don't know it, so that's why you're doing it.
Yeah. And the Pacers, it looks like the Pacers are not just going to go anywhere as long as Larry Bird just, do his thing and just try to take the team over like I'm supposed to. And I'm trying to figure out what in the world is going on. I'm trying to figure out why they haven't got rid of Bird yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I guess it's just a fact of the matter, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
We're just doing a show.
Of course.
All right. As we stay on the Pacers, we're going to move forward now. We're going to take a look at the preview for tonight's game. They are at home tonight against the Utah Jazz. Yes.
I feel sorry for them.
Me too, Darrell.
This is the turning point of – never mind. Go ahead. I'll explain that in the analysis. Go ahead.
Preview?
Snake preview?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's your sneak preview. This is a very much concern for the Indiana Pacers just because of this right here. As soon as this number goes up tonight, this number would definitely go up to 5. As soon as that happens, this might just go down to perhaps 9 or 10.
Funny that the Heat lost the other night too. So
still a 3-way tie for 8th. I'm sorry. This is going up. This is going up. Number 5.
I agree there. I agree. Okay. So sneak preview of that. We'll get back to that here in a brief second. Pacers Jazz. Tonight, 7 o'clock, that's going to be at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. On TV, it's going to be locally Fox Sports Indiana. So.
Sorry. And then for Utah, it's going to be Root Sports Rocky Mountain.
All right. Good beans. Now, at this point, I think that now the Pacers did not get the job done the other night against Toronto. This is going to pose a more bigger problem because, number one, they're facing the West team. Number two, it's not going to make a difference even if they're home or not because they're still facing the West team. And then number three, you got 2 stars that are formerly from Indiana that is going to show their – never mind.
I know when you go with it. Let's just say this is going to be a repeat from last night.
Exactly. And I'm also going to put it like this. Let's just say that George Hill and Gordie Hayward, they are going to make a strong statement at home with the Pacers, not the Jazz, the Pacers. This is still home to them because Gordie Hayward's Brownsburg, Indiana. And then with the College of Butler, and George Hill, he's from here locally, Indianapolis, Indiana, with the Brown Ripple and IUPUI College. So they're going to make a statement.
I mean, you still got a couple of other players on Utah that actually has Indiana ties too, as an FYI.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have Shelvin Mack and Trey Lyles.
Yeah. So now this is going to be a big push for the Pacers. And plus, this is also is this a back-to-back game? Yes, it is.
That's another reason why they're going to lose.
That's another reason why they're going to lose. They have not been consistent when it came down to
back-to-backs.
So, last matchup against these 2 wonderful teams, dating back to January 21st, 2017. This is what I talk about and I emphasize that George Hill is going to make a statement. Last game, he scored a season-high 30 points to lead the Jazz to 109-100 win over the Pacers. He had knocked out 5 for 9 from downtown and also tallied 6 rebounds and 5 assists for the Jazz. So this is going to be a big contributing factor if they want to shut down George Hill, which I don't think that's going to happen. The Jazz led wire to wire, scoring 34 points in the first quarter on the way to the victory. The Pacers mounted a charge but could never get over the hump. And on top of that, Nate McMillan and Paul George were ejected in the fourth quarter for arguing with officials. That is something that has to stop too. So just keeping that in mind. Paul George, Thaddeus Young, and Jeff Teague each scored 19 points for Indiana. And Monte Ellis added 15 off the bench for 6 for 10 shooting. A couple things to note real quick before we go to the analysis portion real quick. The Jazz hold a narrow 42-41 lead in the all-time series with the Pacers, though the Blue and Gold are 27-14 in games played in Indiana. Utah has won the last 3 regular season contests against the Pacers. It will be looking to sweep the regular season series for the 2nd straight year. And lastly but not least,
check. It's already done, pimp. We just got to get through the night.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The Pacers are only 4-11 on the season when playing on the second night of back-to-back.
Well, change that too. You can change that now and just go ahead and just get the night over with.
Yeah. Though they are a more respectable 4-4 when playing in the second half of a back-to-back at home.
Who cares?
It doesn't make a difference.
It don't.
They're
shredded. They are shredded, and they playoff hopes about to get ready to go. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Yeah, that's to it.
Yes, it is, dude. Yes, it is. All right. Speaking of you, analysis portion, sure.
Let's just put it simply this way. This is going to be very brief because there is no analysis portion for this show because Golden State, Utah's going to come in here and they're going to shred the Pacers. They're going to shred them. If I get my marker, I will be good to go. Thank you. Here we go. The Indiana Pacers right here. Whoops. Sorry about that, folks. I'm not very good at this. But there we go. Right there. All of this here, it don't exist.
I agree.
This is not existing. Who cares about this? Who cares about this? We go back to Toronto. If they're going to do exactly what they did to Toronto, this is what's going to happen to the Indiana Pacers.
Life for school. Life for school.
Yep. That's it. That's all there is to it. They are not going to be able to contain Utah in a sharp shooting offense. 37% shooting from the three-point line, 46% shooting. There's no way they're going to shut down George Hill, Gordon Hayward, Trey Lyles, Rudy Gobert, and Shelvin Mack. It ain't happening. It's not happening. It's just not going to happen. This don't even matter at this point. We could just call the Pacers playoff hope just pretty much well down the drain at this point. There's no way.
They get lucky with an 8 seed.
I don't think they're going to get an 8 seed because Miami's too good. I don't think it's going to happen. Once again, this right here, this really shows it right here. This is the whole proving point of it all and why I know they're not going to win. My marker go. Need my marker. 78% from the free throw line. Excuse me, that was for Utah. 70% for the Pacers in that game alone. Now, they both shot well, 50%, but as of for Utah, 46%, 25% from the three-point line. Mm-hmm. But I think since even before, no wait, the trades had already happened. Considering that this number right here, I think the Pacers was kind of like more of a this was a on and off consistent win-loss around this time in January.
For the Pacers, I believe so, yes.
Yeah. They have slacked. Mm-hmm. They're going to continue to slack. This is not look here, rebounds, check. Assist, check. Steals, check. Turnovers, check. They did it. They outdid them in every statistical category here. Every single one of them. They're not winning. They're not winning. They're not winning.
I agree.
And then again, I emphasized it once again. I'm going to emphasize it one more time. This right here. My marker. Thank you. Okay. 6th in the East. 4th in the West with a 43-27 record, 35-34 record. Forget it. They're shredding. They're shredding.
And not to mention,
Milwaukee's still playing good. Miami's still playing good. They're playing more consistently than this team. Way more better. It's done. It's a done deal.
and not to mention that the Jazz has a better road record than the Pacers.
And
So
a home record. So it don't even matter on their behalf either.
That really just puts emphasis on
20-15 on the road and 23-12 at home. That's just ain't happening. Forget it. It's done.
A couple things I forgot to note real quick. Injuries to report. Of course, for the Pacers, LaVoy Allen, he is questionable with a sore left knee. For the Jazz, a couple of low blows here. Derek Favors, that's to be determined with a left knee bone contusion. Rodney Hood, he is also to be determined with a right knee soreness. And Shelvin Mack is also to be determined with a left ankle sprain.
Okay. What's the blow?
Derek Favors.
Ain't a blow. They doing good without him.
Well, what I mean is that with Derek Favors, he was the X factor.
Oh, you're saying – so you're pretty much just saying that this was a low blow for the Pacers for not getting their butts whooped.
Well, I was saying that too, but it's still a low blow for the Jazz too because with who was it? Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors in that forward position. Now you move Joe Johnson up to the power forward position, in which he's not that consistent. He's more of a small forward type of guy. The Jazz has not necessarily struggled with Derek Favors, but the factor of with Derek Favors playing has not been the same. I mean, it's not going to take away from anything from the game tonight. It's just that with Derek Favors, he was more of a contributing factor in Joe Johnson's spot. So that was a low blow for them. Mm-hmm. That was a low blow. Mm-hmm. Not in a bad way or not in a good way. It's just that it's just more.
They probably could be doing better with him on the court versus off the court.
Exactly.
I got you. I got you.
And the projected starters so we're gonna start with the Jazz. George Hill and Joe Ingles was the 1 and 2. Gordie Hayward is the 3. Joe Johnson is the 4 and 5. Joe Johnson and Rudy Gobert was the 4 and 5. For the Pacers, Jeff Teague and Paul George is the 1 and 2. C.J. Miles is the 3. Thaddeus Young and Miles Turner is the 4 and 5. Okay, yeah, I covered that portion. All right. Once again, Pacers Jazz tonight, 7 o'clock tip-off at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Locally, Fox Sports Indiana, and for Colorado, Colorado. Or Utah, sorry, not Colorado.
They almost in the Rockies. Shoot. It is I gotta make sure I got it right. It is Root Sports Rocky Mountain. Okay.
All right. Of course, for the predictions portion, we already believe that both of us believe the Jazz is going to win this game. Just break it down briefly, Darrell, real quickly, why you believe the Jazz is going to win this game.
Pacers ain't playing. They ain't showing up. That's it.
Okay. I believe the Jazz is going to win because they're just a better team. Period.
That works both ways.
I mean, the Jazz could be short on players. They could be desperate like the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they could still win this game.
Well, Minnesota have been stepping up their game on defense, so that kind of helps them on their run.
And you're right, but now they have suffered a lot of injuries, and hopefully that doesn't affect them. But we'll see what happens. All right, with that being said, since we're done with that portion, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some headlines for the NBA, NFL, and MLB. We're going to kick this one off with the NBA, of course. Shorthanded Minnesota Timberwolves has agreed to terms with Omri Capassi. Or Capsy, one of the two.
Capsy.
Okay, good. This comes after an injury to a key player of Nemanja Bjelica. I don't know. I only know if the B is silent. But if I happen to mispronounce that name, I truly apologize for that. This one this headline here, it's not a big deal, but this is going to make me mad. This makes me mad because
I agree. I think it's ridiculous, and I think they need to just stop and play ball. They ain't got nothing to do. They all bored, so somebody need to get us some competition in the West.
Nah, man, I ain't talking about that. I'm moving on, man. I'm moving on. This is what makes me mad. There's a report out there talking about the Golden State Warriors.
That's what I was just talking about.
Oh, that's what you was talking about?
Yes, I was just saying that they are just they bored. They ain't got nothing to do. They need competition in the West to keep them busy.
Okay, so what we're talking about here is that there's a report that came out talking about Kevin Durant's treatment in OKC has upset the Warriors. To me, in my personal opinion, if y'all going to actually sit up here and talk about this, y'all need to be talking about LeBron James too, because that was the same way in Cleveland. So stop this. Just stop it. You know, because y'all showing unfairness. If y'all want to talk about what's furious, that's what makes me furious. You know, y'all want to sit up to talk about now Kevin Durant's your teammate. You know, now he's your teammate. Y'all want to go ahead and stick up for him because he's with y'all. Nah, it don't work like that. Because number one, LeBron James is the same thing. Cleveland didn't give him no treatment when he went to Miami. Gave him no type of treatment. No thank you for 9-10 years of dedication to the Cavaliers, another sort.
Now, if they'd have gotten traded on that behalf, that would have been a whole different ball game. I would totally understand that. But when he didn't get traded and he left on his free will to go to another team, both of these guys, I wouldn't either.
I tell you what, that right there, just that got my attention. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
If y'all feel that treatment is upset at y'all pissing me off. That's how.
No. They champions, and now they got that ring. Now they got a little swole in the head. So they kind of treat themselves as bullies.
Well, wait a minute. And y'all didn't learn off of that blown series y'all had 3-1?
Come on, Darrell.
And y'all still sitting up here talking crazy? Oh, no.
Yep.
That ain't cool.
It ain't.
That ain't cool at all. Okay. Moving on to the NFL side of this.
Wait.
I don't care about – sorry.
One headline from the NBA that was needed to be mentioned. The three players that got involved in that fight on Friday night, I think it was Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. Greg Monroe, Nick Young, and D'Angelo Russell, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks in Los Angeles, all got into a altercation, and they all got fined and ejected out of that game. Greg Monroe got $35,000, Nick Young got $25,000, D'Angelo Russell got $15,000. They were all ejected with 36 seconds left in the third quarter. They all got technicals, and again, they were all ejected and got fined.
All right. Fair enough. All right, moving on to the NFL side of this. Not like I care about this, but there's something in here I had to read about this. Tom Brady's jersey has been found. The one that's been recovered from Super Bowl 51. That jersey was an assessed value of $500,000. And also his jersey from Super Bowl 49 has been also found. So I'm just going to leave it as that. Ben Roethlisberger, he is leaning towards a return in 2017. I hope you do. I hope you play at least a better season than one last year. So, Dwight Clark, he announces that he has ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, something like that. That's just a disease, just anybody knows. That is a disease that affects the function of the nerves and the muscles. So he's having a hard time with this right now. We just got to keep him in our minds and hearts and thoughts and prayers. The Colts signed a one-year contract with Sean Spence, a one-year contract that was worth $3 million. For anybody that don't know, Sean Spence is a linebacker. He formerly last played with the Tennessee Titans. He recorded 54 tackles, 3 sacks, 3 pass defenses. and a forced fumble, and he was drafted by the Steelers in 2012. Yeah, that's all I have for the NFL portion. Of course, MLB, nothing really going on there. Still the baseball classics, championship and stuff like that. But spring training, I got the Cubs and the Rockies. That's a 4-10 pitch off, and Cardinals and the Rockies. Astros, that's a 6:05 pitch off. All right, final thoughts, Darren. You got anything? Darren, you are absolutely muted. I don't know what happened. You are muted. Is it me? You can hear me, right? See, I can't hear jack nothing.
You can't hear me?
And now I can hear you.
Don't ask me what happened. I have no idea.
I don't know either, Darren.
I have no idea.
Wow.
But I was sitting here talking, and I'm trying to figure out, because I just said quite a few things about it.
I couldn't hear you.
I was talking a bunch of stuff. I said, is this dude ignoring me?
Damn, ignoring you. I couldn't hear you.
I was talking about the headline you was talking about with Tom Brady, talking about that jersey. I'm like, I didn't even know he got the 1 in 49 stolen. I didn't know it either. I didn't know it. But as for the final thought statement, did you see? It was trending on Facebook. Did you see that they put out on the news at Tampa Bay? Put it out. A twin toddler party overnight.
The who?
Twin toddler party overnight.
No.
Yeah, you should watch that video. I saved it, but I'll show you when I meet up with you the next time. They had a nice little decent party. They were 2 little babies. They just climbing out of they what do they call them, cribs, and they just laying blankets all over the place, sitting on the couch, and just fiddling around playing. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. Talk about the things that twins do. Yeah.
We wasn't nothing like that. We just spit in communication.
And slept. These little babies was moving around. They moved around all night long. They kept their parents up. They had to come in there twice. Well, the dad did anyway. He came in there twice. The mother came in there once. Because when they came in the first time, they waited for about 2-3 minutes, got up, still doing what they was doing, came back in, tried to put them back to sleep. They both left and came right back up and started doing it again. It's a 7-hour interval.
How long?
7 hours.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of long.
They recorded it all night long. I thought it was hilarious. Right out there. It was hilarious.
Well, how long did they actually put it on Facebook? How long was the length of that?
Well, it was a fast, moving motion for 7 hours.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
That's what it was.
Gotcha.
Quick speed. That's what it was. It was quick speed.
Wow. Must be nice.
If you're trying to sleep, no, it's not.
Well, for the twins, I meant to say.
Oh, well, yeah, for them, it was absolutely nice. Just too bad they didn't have food and everybody else over. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. All right, if there's nothing else, we can go ahead and get on out of here.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's do this. All right, that wraps up another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, of course, you can get a video a thumbs up. If you don't, I had a brain for it. Sorry.
My goodness.
How you feel about today's show? Any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that? You can just comment on the comment section below. Until then, I'm Darrell. Darren's on the opposite side.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
All right. Catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, ciao.
Ciao.
Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Darrell Watts. As many of you know, me and Darrell enjoy talking sports and giving out stats, but we also enjoy entertaining while doing it. So with that being said, you can check us out on the social media side and get more involved in our podcast. We're on Twitter at DTST2414, or you like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. We're also on YouTube. Like, share, do what you got to do with that. Once again, we don't mind. Also, we are finally back on the podcast app for audio-only purposes for those who enjoy audio-only of our podcast. We're also on the blog, feature critical thinking of analysis, and you can check that out at doubletakesportstalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again.